So we just had two Doctor Who commanders in a row. So hoping it's not a third, and if it is, that would be kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. We got Gimbal. No, it's okay. D&D. Guy who steals stuff, right? I I did it again. Uh, for like the eighth time. I'm gonna. Yeah, it is the. Okay, so he just steals stuff, and you want to make copies of him. Okay. Yeah, I can work with this. This is one that I wanted to build a while ago personally, but it was too stupid to. I think I'm better now. Don't quote me on that, please. But we will get back. We don't want that. We will get back after we build Xanathar. So we are back with the Xanathar Guild Kingpin. Beginning of upkeep. Choose a target opponent until end of turn. That player cannot cast spells. You may look at the top card of their library at any time. You may play the top card of their library, and you may spend mana of any color to cast it. Mana of, as if it was any color. So if your opponent has red, you can use your blue mana to play his spells. Uh, a commander that I had built at one point, but I didn't build it good in my personal deck. It was kind of poopy doo doo. But let's get into it. Oh, I hit the wrong button because I'm stupid. A guild needs members. So, I'm going to start this off right away with this doesn't have. It has a lot of copying stuff because if you can get at least three Xanathars, none of your opponents can cast anything during your spells, your turn, and you can kind of just play their library and do what you want to do with their spells. You're gonna have the clones, Sakashima, Helm of the Host, Lazar. Uh, with Lazar, you can also Lazar isn't here for Xanathar. Lazar's here for stealing your opponent's stuff. I need to make that point. Everything else is here for copying Xanathar, and Olvar obviously would come after Spark Double or Sakashima, or once you have Helm of the Host. Uh, Either way, obviously this deck wants to steal your opponent's stuff, but not just one opponent, all your opponents. Double it up. You can Sonic Resonator to copy his trigger so that you have two opponents, even if you just have the one guy. Wandering Archaic, though, is here more for if your opponents start ramping, if your opponents start casting spells that target stuff. You know, they might not have the mana to pay the two, and if they're playing ramp spells, the green ramp, you can copy it and get some more lands onto the field. If they're playing, or if they're casting stuff that's targeting your creatures to destroy it, or hell, even counter spells, you can copy them and counter their counter spell or destroy something of theirs with them destroying something of yours, and then get an Olvar trigger. Wandering Archaic is very good, and you can use some of these copying stuff. If you already have three Xanathars with a Helm of the Host on one of them, you can easily start copying Wandering Archaic and get multiple of them. Wandering Archaic, beautiful card, amazing card from Strixhaven. One of my favorites, maybe? I don't know. Don't quote me on that one. Ramping it up so that you get your Xanathar out fast. We have a whole bunch of mana stuff. You get Dark Ritual, you get Dreamstone. In theory, you turn one, you play land, Soul Ring. You can't Dark Ritual off that. In theory, you can have 4 mana if you swamp Dark Ritual, use one of the mana from Dark Ritual into a Soul Ring, so you have 4 mana. And you can play a Hedron. From Hedron, you can play a Felwar Stone, Arcane Signet. You can get a lot of mana if you get a really good opening hand, if you play it smart. Yeah. Next is obviously the milling. Because your opponents, if they have land on top of their library and you've already played a land that turn, their library is a dud. But with this, target player can mill 3 cards. Each player mills a card. Target player puts the card of their library into the graveyard. Milling. Milling. Guess what? What? It's just exiling the top, and if it's a land, you gain 1 life. And most of the time, when you are going to be using these mills, it's going to be because of it being a land, or because it's a really good card that you just don't want them to have. And then Darka Mystic is one that you only use if you think all your opponents have a land. You don't let them use this, or you don't use this unless you need to, kind of thing. A little protection, obviously. With Swift Foot and Lightning Greaves, it protects the guy from spells. Specifically with Lightning Greaves, you can't target them either, so be careful of that. Propaganda is going to make sure that they can't attack you unless they're willing to pay 2 mana for each creature. Swift Boots will do the same thing as Lightning Greaves, with the caveat that you can target your creature. And then Tidal Barracuda is here just for a little extra protection, just in case you don't have all the 3 Xanathars, just so that so the 1 or 2 opponents can't fuck you up with it. Our end game, though, I will say this video is obviously going to be shorter than other ones, because the end game is not a normal end game. I don't have a combo in this deck. Obviously, you can do like a blue-black fucking Thassa's Oracle combo, but that's not really my style for this kind of deck. It's a 2-color deck, and I don't really want to have that kind of combo in here. It's not my kind of combo anymore. I'm not really the biggest fan of it. But we're going to obviously try and make some infinite mana with all those. That's the reason why we have so much mana makers. You know, any color, any color, any color, and then just a whole bunch of mana producers. We're going to use that to Dramatic Reversal, Isochron Scepter, and just make a crud ton of mana to play all your opponent's spells at all times. You know, with it, with Dramatic Reversal too, you're also going to be untapping your mill artifacts specifically. So you're going to be getting Codex Shredder and Ghoul Collar Bell both untapped. That's something to very much watch out for. So for me, in my opinion, you need a Codex Shredder. You need one of your artifacts. Your non, right? Yeah, non. Oh no, it's non-land permanents. Oh shoot! So all this stuff will be untapped. That's even better. Everything's untapped except for your land, which obviously means you can kind of mill out your opponents with this. I don't think that's fun. In my opinion, I think you play all the cards in the library and then kill them with their own cards. You know, all their creatures, all that. You kill them with it. You don't mill them out. But yeah, or you can just plain and simple steal your opponent's win con. Hey, is your friend playing the Thassa's Oracle combo? Hey, use that. Why not? Either way, that is kind of the end of the video, because that's all I have. If I get out of here, I don't have anything else. It's a total of 9 slides, because for me, Xanathar is about playing your opponent's decks and using their decks against them, and not really having your. I mean, you obviously can't have your own win con, and this is just my version of Xanathar. I hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, hope you all enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell me, you know, what you like about this series, what you don't, what you'd like to see added to the wheel. You know, give me some feedback. Either way, hope you all have a wonderful day, and we will be back with episode 9, which, if I can give a hint of what it is, let's just say it has some spirit behind it. You know, good team spirit. Ignore that. There we go. Have some good team spirit. Either way, goodbye. Hope you all have a wonderful night.